The graphic novel LAIKA by Nick Abadzis, published by First Second Books in 2007, tells the story of LAIKA, the space dog. LAIKA was launched into space on the 3rd of November 1957 on the Sputnik 2 rocket, a mere 30 days after the launch of Sputnik 1 on the 4th of October. Re-entry technology had not been developed at that time, and so therefore there was no plan to return LAIKA to Earth. This failure reflects the main purpose of LAIKA's Sputnik 2 flight as a piece of propaganda to celebrate the impending 40th anniversary of the Russian October Revolution. The graphic novel weaves together real events with a fictionalized retelling of LAIKA's short life. As an abandoned stray on the streets of Moscow, her capture and sale to the military for use as a test subject, and her eventual launch into space. A number of prominent characters from that history appear in the book, including Sergei Korolev, the chief Sputnik rocket designer, and Oleg Gazenko and Vladimir Yadovsky, space scientists who helped train the dogs for their mission. Other characters and events are fictionalized. Gertrude, a fellow stray and companion of LAIKA on the city streets, Yelena Dubrovsky, LAIKA's dog handler and our conscience. While fictional, these additional characters are carefully and sensitively incorporated into LAIKA's narrative. This novel provides an illuminating and moving retelling of this tragic tale. The art blends seamlessly with what we would now call the atom punk vibe of the post-World War II era, being a somewhat impressionistic form of the ligne claire art style. The book is a real page-turner, but only once I had struggled a little with the initial focus on the rocket designer Korolev. I would rate this as the greatest weakness of the narrative. This is LAIKA's story, and the book should have started with her at the beginning of chapter 2. The admittedly extraordinary origins of Korolev could have been moved to a later point in the narrative. But other than this one small misstep, the pacing and the framing of the narrative gives you the feeling you're watching a movie of the little dog's life and death. Nick is careful not to anthropomorphize LAIKA in the way that Hergé did of Snowy in the Tintin stories, but he still gives her a very subtly expressed voice so that we can better know and understand her. Knowing the fate of LAIKA made tackling the end of the book a harrowing experience for me and something I was not looking forward to. Nick tells it as it was and expect to be moved, unless you're made of stone, but he gives us hope for our own species at the same time through the responses of those who knew and cared for LAIKA. In conclusion, this is a graphic novel that transcends its niche. This story is a thoroughly adult and steely-eyed treatment of its subject, and I would recommend it for all ages. If I had the money, I would buy the film rights and make the movie, because this story deserves it.